step wage plan. Under the STEP plan, employees are guaranteed pay increases each year to compensate them for the experience they gain on the job. The administration thinks that this system, which acts as a promise that dedication to the university will lead to a fair, livable wage, is costing the university too much money. Let me say that another way after I turn the page. This administration, which just gave a month or two ago $100,000 raise to the basketball coach, wants us to believe that the workers that make on average around $30,000 a year are breaking the bank. Does that sound fair?
No!
We're also going to hear from two members of the newly formed non-tenure track faculty union. That's the CFA Local 6536. They're going to talk about the university's refusal to recognize them as a union and their refusal to grant pay increases that they say they're willing to give but can't because they haven't been negotiated. There's some circular logic there. I'll let you figure it out. The most important message we had to take away from today's gathering is not just how the administration's self-serving attitude harms its employees and the students they serve. Now, we use rallies like this to remind ourselves that when we see injustices like these in our community, it's up to us to reverse them. No one else is going to do it for us, especially not the university administration. We build unions and coalitions to build collective power. And we use that collective power to expose the injustices and force those currently in power to change course or get the hell out of the way. We're going to hear from our speakers, but I forgot, I also promised to mention that the GEO has some folks out in the crowd who are registering voters. Which is a whole other issue here in Illinois with the elections coming up we're not going to get into, but if you want to get registered, find the folks with the clipboards. Okay.
Board of Trustees are political appointments. Remember that.
Thank you. So first up, we're going to have Katrina Smith.
I knew that.
She's a steward and the treasurer of AFSCME Local 3700. She's also a child development supervisor in the Early Childhood Development Lab. And then I'm just gonna say the other speakers before she speaks, because that way I don't have to keep coming back and causing trouble. After that, Ryan Levitas is an office support associate in the School of Music and a steward for Local 3700. And then after them, the two speakers from the CFA, Kay Emmert, a lecturer in English, a faculty senator, and the CFA Local 6546 spokesperson, and Christina Riedel, lecturer in linguistics and faculty senator. So, first, Katrina.
All right, as Dave said, my name is Katrina Smith. I do work at the Early Child Development Lab here at the university. I've been here for 12 years, come January. Our department became represented by AFSCME 3700 just over 5 years ago, and yet we are still fighting to get on our STEP plan to receive a fair living wage. Our employees at the CDL work very hard to ensure high-quality child care for children and families at the university and within the community. Maintain a high standard of quality child care that has achieved and continues to maintain accreditation by the National Association for the Education of Young Children, which is an achievement that's not maintained by all child care programs. We are used by many departments on campus for research purposes, education, and training, and yet we are one of the lowest paid departments on campus. When it comes to our wages, our administrators tell us that we cannot be compared to the University of Illinois, Springfield. Time. When it comes to our wages, they say that we cannot our administrators tell us that we cannot be compared to the University of Illinois Springfield Child Development Lab or the University of Illinois Chicago Child Development Lab because they are not true lab schools. And yet, there's more. Yet, they want to compare us to every child care center in the Champaign-Urbana area, which also are not lab schools. Does that make any sense?
No.
Boo.
Exactly. Or NACE accredited.
I'm a parent.
We love our parents. They want to pay us the same wages as centers who do not require their employees to have a college degree. Our employees are required to have a minimum of an associate's degree. Many have to have bachelor's degrees, and some of them even have master's degrees. In addition, our employees are required to write developmental records, conference reports, hold and participate in parent-teacher conferences, and attend 3 evening meetings per month, every month.
Not much, though.
Not much.
Not enough.
The other centers in this area do not have those same requirements placed upon them, and they don't require the same high expectations of their employees as our department requires of us. The STEP plan is a guaranteed cost of living increase. Without it, our employees continue to struggle. I have coworkers who have been forced to sell their homes, have had their car repossessed, and are being forced to move because their rent was increased and they can no longer afford it. Several of our employees have to work a second job just to make ends meet. This is why getting on the STEP plan is so important to us. I know we're not alone. I know that there are other departments that are struggling to get on the wage plan, get their wages up and on the STEP plan, and be paid what they deserve. We have to fight together. The State University can afford to give out $90,000 bonuses to those who are already making hundreds of thousands of dollars. Then they can afford to place us on the STEP plan and give us a fair living wage. We have a more advanced program than other child care programs in the community. We deserve to be paid better. To the administration, I say, stop comparing us to the ordinaries, because we are extraordinary.
That's why you hired her.
We are the University of Illinois. Thank you.
Yeah!
My name is Ryan Levitas. I work at the School of Music and I serve the faculty and the students of this institution. I'm here today because I want our futures to remain bright at Illinois. The administration at this university has given us indications they want to take away our STEP